Am I the a-hole for telling my mom's husband he could try growing up and not being such a dick? My mom has a messy history and gave me a very messy history as a result. Background on my mom: she was married for over 11 years. They had trouble having kids. Turned out the husband had a very low sperm count. I think that's the right terminology. They tried IVF and other fertility help, but my mom couldn't get pregnant. They were depressed. Her husband didn't want to use donor sperm to have a kid. He didn't want to raise a child not genetically his. So my mom decided she would find a donor behind his back, aka she cheated on him, with guys that apparently looked enough like him so she could pass the kid off as his. She confided in her sister, my aunt. It was 3 guys, one-night stands with each. All of them had the same physical characteristics of the husband. He was overjoyed when she got pregnant, and then my aunt told him the truth. He'd had doubts, but felt bad about accusing her of cheating. But hearing it was enough for him to say he wanted no part of this. They did a DNA anyway, because there was a chance I was his, but I wasn't. And he divorced my mom and did not take any kind of role in my life. My mom never got over her ex. She has loved him all this time, and I'm 17 now. I have met her ex. She set up these circumstances for him to see us in the hopes he would fall in love with me. But he never wanted any part of it, and then he got married again and actually had a bio kid, apparently confirmed with DNA. Then, when I was 11, my mom got remarried. She doesn't love her husband. I'm not even sure she really likes him. She's trying to get over her ex. Her husband knows this. He also knows she slept around to have me. And he hates it, and I get the brunt of it. He's always such a dick to me. He acts like I wanted to meet mom's ex and be paraded in front of him like some sort of doll. He gets annoyed when I ask my mom for any info on the guys she slept with. I would like to know who my bio father is. He gets annoyed that mom put her ex on my birth certificate. He hates that I have the ex's last name. He brings these things up so much, as well as telling me I should be nicer to mom because when she mentions her ex, I tell her she should get past it. Mom's husband was in such a bad mood Friday because my mom found out her ex and his wife and kid moved away. He told me that I should change my name and birth certificate now and stop holding on to some random guy's info. I told him, I'm 17, that's not something I can change yet. It's up to his wife. He told me I'm always so difficult and always rubbing his face in shit. He told me I could try being more understanding. I told him he could try growing up and not being such a dick to me when I don't have control over shit my mom does or has done in the past. He told me I have no right to speak to him, an adult, like that. Am I the a-hole?
You can speak to a stranger any way you damn well please. He's literally not your dad. Not the a-hole. You don't deserve this abuse. I'm petty. If you're petty like me, give your mom an ultimatum when if you leave for college, help me find my bio dad, or I'll leave like your ex did.
And if the mom chooses to let her leave, sadly, OP didn't serve the intended purpose, and her existence is a source of conflict with the new husband. So, you're advising a 17-year-old to give an ultimatum out of pettiness? An ultimatum said 17-year-old could lose, and which could affect OP's future in terms of future studies, accommodation, etc. Will you be housing and feeding OP if mom says leave?
I won't be getting that kind of help from her anyway.
You could do that DNA ancestry thing once you're 18.
Not the a-hole. He is the a-hole. Your mom is vile. She cheated, tried to baby trap her ex. After 17 years, and she is still stalking him. She never told your actual father you exist. She never told you the name of your father and gave you the last name of a man that wants nothing to do with you.
I don't think she knows the name of the potential bio-fathers. There are 3 of them, and they were one-night stands and nothing more, chosen only because they looked close enough to her ex. It's such a mess.
Your stepdad is a dork-ass loser who is projecting his anger towards your mom onto you because he's a coward. I hope you have plans for college so you don't have to live with these people.
Not the a-hole. In no way, shape, or form are you to blame for any of this. You are the only one acting like an adult, to be fair.
Am I the a-hole for reporting a child licking the sauce dispensers at Costco? I went to Costco and bought a hot dog for myself and my husband. After waiting in line, I went to the sauce dispensers to get some mustard. I saw a child licking her fingers, eating the sauce off them, and then proceeding to wipe them on the sauce dispensers, where the sauce comes out, repeating the same thing several times with all 3 sauce dispensers. I decided not to confront the child or say anything to her family to avoid causing drama and embarrassing the child. Instead, I told the staff about the incident. A staff member came out and asked who did it, and I pointed at the child. Probably should have kept quiet, but oh well. The staff member confronted the family, which was a big group with 2 women and their children of various ages. The child who did this was about 6, 7 years old. I saw her licking everything around her, and even her mother asked her to stop. The family then confronted me, asking why I didn't tell them directly and went straight to the staff. I politely explained that my concern was food safety and that's all, so I wasn't looking to confront anyone. They didn't believe me, said I must hate children, and spent the next few minutes talking over me and not letting me put a word in. I reiterated that my concern was only food safety and that I don't want other people's saliva in my sauces. The staff member then told them they could easily check the CCTV, which seemed to calm the family down. I'm still frustrated due to the whole incident. I hate arguing with people in public and wonder if I'm in the wrong here. Am I the a-hole? Edit. Just wanted to highlight that I told staff to get them to clean the dispensers. That was the reason.
Not the a-hole. The staff needed to know so that they could clean the dispensers. It's also not your job to parent that child or to confront the parents. You did the right thing. I'm also curious as to why the parents knew that it was you that reported this. The staff should have handled this very discreetly so that nobody knew who it was that reported their child. That would have saved a confrontation altogether.
The staff member pointed straight at me when they asked who complained. It all happened very quickly. The staff member came out from their work area, asked me who did this. I pointed to the child sitting with her family, and pretty much the first thing I heard the family say was, "Who complained?" I didn't even get a chance to sit down. I don't think the family cared about anything else apart from who told the staff.
The staff member was also a dumbass.
Thinking about it now, I totally agree that the staff member shouldn't have said it was me who complained. I was so stressed and felt like I need to defend myself because the women just all started talking at the same time and going off at me.
Why did you stand there for a few minutes, allowing them to talk over you? Leave and let them talk to the air. The workers can take care of the rest, not the a-hole.
You're right. It just all happened so quickly that my critical thinking didn't kick in. Lesson learned.
Not the a-hole. If you confronted the family, they would have been mad at you and grabbed the child and walked off. You did the right thing, because I don't want to eat some child's germy saliva. That just makes me sick that families won't watch their children and stop them from doing something that disgusting. Thank you for speaking up.
I once had parents get mad at me because I went to throw away all the sugar packets from the table and switched out the shakers with new ones when they were leaving and I was cleaning the table. They kept saying the packets and shakers were still clean. I was like, your kids have been playing with the packets for over an hour, sucking on them, licking them, wiping their noses and dragging them on the floor. One of them was sucking on the salt and pepper shakers like they were candy. They just stared at me and said, "What else are the kids supposed to play with? That's why those things are there." I pointed to the peg game on the table and the checkerboard table near their own table and said that was the entertainment we provided. They also complained that I removed the glass light globes from their table and the tables near theirs because their kids had already broken one. They said their kid was just curious. They actually called corporate to complain and we all had a good laugh reading it. They basically said they were disappointed in how wasteful our location was and how disrespectful we were to those with children. It was also hilarious when they were going out through the store side because their kids knocked a bunch of stuff over, broke things, and kept tripping people. The cashiers and hostess were pissed. Then when they went through the parking lot, the kids kept running into people and running out in front of cars. Several had to honk to get the parents' attention. They also kept banging on cars and scratching their toys alongside them. I was just dumbfounded watching from the window.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel to see more interesting videos.